This is Heroes of Hammerwatch, or as I like to call it, it's a top-down action roguelite from the creators of, when you know it, Hammerwatch, the original game from 2013. This review is based on the Nintendo Switch version, actually referred to as the Complete Edition, which contains all the DLC you'd normally have to pay extra for on the PC version, all for the spicy price of 20 bucks. In typical roguelite affair, you enter procedurally generated dungeons filled with traps, treasures, trials, and troops of treacherous monsters. A bunch of bugs, mostly, at first. The twist here is that it's all really small and far away, so it's hard to see. Okay, you can just change that in the settings, but the real twist is that the game has 7 classes to choose from, each with their own sets of skills and abilities, all of which can be enjoyed with up to 4 players total in co-op. Also, in the usual roguelite style, there is permanent progression. You unlock new armor, stronger weapons, and level up your abilities. You want to collect as much gold as possible to upgrade your characters, but additionally you'll need to collect ore, which is used to unlock and upgrade the various structures in the ransacked town of Outlook, the game's central hub in between runs. The more you upgrade the town, the more you can upgrade yourself, unlocking facilities like the blacksmith, the chapel, and more. The blacksmith being where you upgrade your armor and weapons, the magic shop where you upgrade your abilities, and so on. There's even a pet store where you can have pets go out on runs with you. I have yet to unlock any pets, so I can't really show you that, but it exists, and that sounds pretty cool. It has a pretty typical roguelite loop. Start in safe place, enter bad place, kill bad things, pick up shiny things, die, repeat. When you die, you lose all the treasure, all the money, all the ore that you've collected. That's where elevators come into play. On each floor, you'll find an elevator that you can use one time to store any treasure that you've collected on the floor, just in case you happen to die if you continue. This is pretty helpful and pretty important, because if you don't stash your gold, you're probably gonna die and you're gonna end up wishing that you at least sent something up to the surface so that you can spend your hard-earned gold on cool things instead of spending it on the floor. This game may be challenging, but there is a lot of fun to it. Instead of fighting a few enemies at a time like some of the slower roguelites, you may end up finding yourself getting swarmed with giant worms, bats, skeletons, other dangerous things, all shooting spikes out of the ground and throwing projectiles and just coming up to bite you or something. The point is, these enemies are out for blood, and if they detect you, they are coming at you hard. Each floor has different hordes of enemies that will eventually surround you if you're not careful. You do start out with a couple of potions to help keep you alive for longer, but get careless or get overwhelmed and start panicking, and you're not gonna last very long. As if that weren't bad enough, there are also tons of traps to deal with. Spiked floors, shooting arrows. Those are the only 2 I can remember as of writing this script, but there's traps, trust me, and they suck. It is a lot of fun to dispose of enemies, as you do get to use your class's spells and abilities, and you can really feel it as they get stronger and as you level up. Even as you upgrade your armor and weapons, you can feel as the starting areas that quickly overwhelmed you before become gradually easier. Upgrade your armor and suddenly hits aren't as hard. Upgrade your weapons and suddenly you're hitting harder. If you enjoy the grind of working toward upgrading a character and making your way past the hurdles that you couldn't before, this game is certainly going to be rewarding, if you have the patience. I don't have the patience, so I haven't gotten as far as I'd like. I also have not had anyone to play the game with, so I don't really have any co-op footage to show you other than maybe some trailer footage that I might find that I'll put here, maybe. I also have only gotten to the second area maybe once or twice and didn't get that far, so here's some more trailer footage to show you some of the cooler later areas. Look at that one. Oh wow, holy moly, that one looks cool. Look at all the stuff. All in all, I didn't love Heroes of Hammerwatch, but I can't say that was the game's fault, more so as it was I just wasn't feeling it. It happens, and that's okay. It's a game that I will keep installed on my Switch and jump into from time to time, hoping it really clicks, and maybe someday I'll even get to try out the co-op. In the meantime, if the fun or the challenge and the grind sounds good to you, or you and some buds are looking for something new to play that is relatively inexpensive, Heroes of Hammerwatch should definitely be on your radar. I actually wrote Raider on the script, but I meant radar. Okay.